I've been writing some images and lyrics about self-image recently, and I decided, in order to push my limits of my own knowledge of my own self-image, that I would get rid of it. Literally and entirely. I knew that I was headed on a work vacation with my team, so between there and home, I took the opportunity to go without seeing a mirror for 5 days. How do I feel about my looks? Well, here's my body. Let's break it down. I don't entirely hate the way I look, but the problem areas tend to be louder than everything else. I don't feel confident without minimal makeup on. I sometimes get told that I'm too skinny, but whenever I look in the mirror, I see all this body fat that I want to get rid of. And so that dissonance has never been pleasant. I also have scoliosis, so my shoulders are crooked and rounded. My feet are way too tiny for my body. Oh, and my legs are different lengths, so I walk with a limp. When I say all this out loud, I think, wow, I'm describing a monster, but I'm literally just describing my body. I, like many women, use makeup and social media as a way of building an image of myself that I am comfortable with. And I know what I'm doing when I do that. I'm well aware. I wanted to see if literally depriving my brain of my own image would somehow free me from the negative thoughts that I have about it. And maybe I would see myself differently after not seeing myself for an extended period of time. The rules were no mirrors, no makeup, no selfies, and if you catch a glimpse of yourself, as you inevitably will, look away immediately.
When you're trying to vlog and you can't see anything.
You can see, what? Nope, no mirror here. Nope, not here either. The first few days, it wasn't the worst thing. Washing your hair and taking care of your skin when you can't see it is weird, but I got used to it eventually. Giving myself the challenge of looking away whenever I caught myself in a reflection reminded me just how many times I check in with myself to make sure that everything is in place. And I was really hoping that at the end of the challenge, I wouldn't feel the need to do that as much anymore.
Pinch, pull, and stretch the clay. Swipe away the dust, revealing what's true. Mold me in your image, imperfectly conceived by voices less careful than you. Ballerina in your music box, forever turning to the same tune. Rest your brittle bones, protect your paper skin. The gears will tire and wind down soon. Every day is different, though nothing's changed. They stare, but do they care about what you can't rearrange? Whose face is in the mirror today? Is it me, or am I in the way?
I honestly surprised myself with how comfortable I was. I had thought not knowing how I looked would make me anxious, but it didn't. However, I wasn't feeling liberated or like elated either. It was the most neutral that I have ever felt about anything. Mirrors are how we see what others see. And when that voice for me was taken away, I literally had no feelings about my body at all. That made me realize that this is how I judge my body, by how others might perceive it. So my negative thoughts, kind of unsurprisingly, were revealed to be societal standards, imposing their ideas of what I should look like. And when it came down to just me looking down at myself, I had no opinions. I didn't love my body, I didn't hate my body. It was just a reality. It was comforting to identify the source of where my negative self-image comes from, and to know that it doesn't particularly come from within.
Set loose into the maze, a fun house of color and game. Unfazed by the circus playing over her head, she will dance for herself all the same. Ballerina in your music box, forever turning to the same tune. Rest your brittle bones, protect your paper skin. The gears will tire and wind down soon. Every day is different, though nothing's changed. They stare, but do they care about what you can't rearrange? Whose face is in the mirror today? Is it me, or am I in the way?
I came home feeling pretty good about how I'd survived the challenge. No mental breakdowns, no I really feel the need to check myself moments. You might even go so far as to say that I was experiencing acceptance. Maybe that neutrality was acceptance. So I was pretty excited to see what would happen when I took the paper down. And, oh boy, it was a shock. I took one look at myself and every single negative thought came flooding. Wow, your hair is a mess. That zit is huge. Your head looks way too small for your body right now. Your arms look fat. Who do you think you are? Whoa. Breathe.
Ballerina in your music box, forever turning to the same tune.
What the week without a mirror gave me was separation from those thoughts. They were no longer a part of my daily mental chatter. They were visitors, because I literally hadn't had the opportunity to hear them for 5 days, so that I actually noticed them when they were given permission to come back. And it gave me the ability to go, oh hey, you are a negative thought. I'm going to gently stop you in your tracks and acknowledge that I have some work to do. That person in the mirror is your fundamental responsibility. It's your BFF for life. It is your responsibility to take care of them and to nurture them because they're not going anywhere. I guess, in summation, please take care of yourselves.